Welcome to B2B Tech Talk, Ingram Micro's destination for information on technology, business, and the people that make them run. This episode is sponsored by Xvantage, Ingram Micro's game changing platform designed to help your business run better and grow faster. Our next guest is Ingram Micro partner and TrustX Alliance member Patricia Miller, CEO of Ohio based Spacebound Solutions. Patty has spent decades leading her successful woman owned IT business. Today, Patty will give us insights into leadership as a woman in technology, Spacebound's relationship with Ingram Micro and TrustX Alliance, and share with us all the work she does off the professional playing field. Patty, welcome to B2B Tech Talk.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, great. So you are the CEO of a woman-owned company called Spacebound. I want to hear all about what Spacebound does and how you got that name.
Okay. Spacebound is a VAR. We sell technology products, but we are also in managed IT services, and we also do physical security as well. The way the name came about is, well, I'm going to step back 1 second. 1987, when we started, we were Most Significant Bits, and clearly our name dated us. And so bits and bytes are not a thing
Yes.
anymore, or at least they don't discuss them. And in 2005, we changed our name to Spacebound. And it just meant all things are possible. From
Sure.
here to space, we're bound for great things, and the sky's the limit. So that's how we came up with the name,
I love that. And your business, you're based out of,
Cleveland, Ohio.
okay. And how many employees?
48.
Nice, very nice. You started your company at a time where there weren't that many women leaders in technology. What was that like?
Very different than it is now.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more difficult. It's much easier today than it
Yeah.
was 36 years ago, definitely. It's a little bit more a struggle. You're garnering respect and
Yeah.
and trying to make sure that you're being seen and heard. And um, it was a little bit more difficult than it is now.
Yeah.
So
So fast forward to now, what are some of the changes that you've seen in terms of, women in technology? Are there a lot more leaders, or are there a lot more women in technology, but not as many in leadership? What are you seeing?
I think we're seeing both. I think we're seeing both, and I think that we're seeing, back to the question you just asked, that there's a lot more respect.
Yeah.
Men are definitely supporting women. They're definitely playing a role in a room. If there's issues within any type of an atmosphere, you'll notice more men stepping up and
Yeah.
saying, "Hold on, step back."
Yeah.
She was saying something which is amazing. You would not have seen that
Yeah.
36 years ago. So for the younger women, they don't understand, or they don't see that as much as we see it. But you're definitely seeing us come up the ranks in leadership roles. You're definitely seeing us throughout. Take an event like this. Imagine
Yeah.
even 20 years ago, there would be very few of us on the
Yes.
floor. So,
I've
yay.
been at yes, yay. I've been in the industry for quite some time, and I don't know if it's a cultural thing because I'm Greek, but I you took a job, you kept your head down, and you when you walked into a room and there was coffee, you served it, right? That was what we did,
Mhm.
and it that has changed quite a bit. And I always tell women who do that, why? Don't do that.
Mhm.
Don't do that. You don't have to do that.
Mhm.
Um, what advice would you give young ladies who are entering this industry today?
I think it's so important to listen more than we talk. We have a
Mhm.
lot of talkers and not a lot of listeners who are really listening with the intent to understand.
Yes.
And that's important. You need a mentor. You should be mentoring, but you also need a mentor. So it's really important that you're hooking up with mentors that are not telling you what you want to hear, but telling you what you need to know. And really listening and then taking that advisement and doing something with it. Not just letting it go in one ear and out the other, but really intently listening, taking that information and then utilizing it They were trailblazers. They're
Yeah.
normally the ones who are going to be able to tell you how to navigate the best.
Sure, that is such great advice. Having a mentor throughout my career, it's funny because early on, most of my mentors were men, and later on, I started to have more women
Yep,
who were mentoring me. And it doesn't matter where you are in life or your career; it's really important to have that person outside of your family
absolutely.
that can tell it like it is, in a way that is respectful,
Yes.
right? And promotes growth. Okay, so your relationship with Ingram Micro, what has that journey been like?
Amazing. Um, we started, so our company started in 87, 1987. We started with Ingram Micro in 2004.
Okay.
So we're going on,
Yeah.
20 years there. I mean, it's been amazing. We wouldn't be where we are today without Ingram. The support has been amazing, absolutely amazing. So our growth and our relationship with Ingram Micro are definitely um, one and the same.
Okay, so where does TrustX fit into this equation?
Mike Vaziloff, who's our director of vendor relations and DISI relations, came in early in the 2000s and said, "Hey, there's this alliance. We should be a part of it, and we'll benefit. We'll have direct access to Ingram. We'll have direct access to vendors and other community members that will assist and support us." And he was a trailblazer when it came to that and making sure that we were a part of it. And it's been amazing. The support is amazing. You're taking everything that Ingram Micro does and taking it to a whole nother level. So we've been absolutely impressed with it. We've been with it for a long time.
Yeah,
So
sure. Yeah.
kudos to TrustX.
Yeah, absolutely. If a partner was coming to you that wasn't a member of an Ingram Micro community, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that you're joining a community that's going to be there to assist you with whatever it is that you need. You're picking up a phone, they're picking up a phone. You're sending out an email, they're responding immediately. You're going to the expand platform, go to the expand platform. You're immediately getting responses. So they're there to help. Whatever it is that you need, they're there to help. So take advantage of it. I think sometimes there's an assumption that you're asking something that you shouldn't be asking, or that it's not important, or that you should already know the answer to. None of that is true. So for those of us who know better, ask every single question. Don't be afraid, and get involved. Get involved because you'll really appreciate the assistance that you'll receive and the sense of community and support.
During the time that you've been an Ingram Micro customer, the company has changed quite a bit,
Mhm.
and especially in the past 2 years, jet fuel was poured onto that evolution. What do you think about this transformation and where we're going with the platform Xvantage?
I think it's fantastic. I think there has to be a mix of both. And maybe some people don't feel that way, but I absolutely believe these events are so important and they have to
Yeah.
happen. And getting together and face to face has to happen. The Advantage portal is amazing in what it can do. And if you get the opportunity and you're thinking, I don't want to sit through an hour or whatever, a session
Yeah.
to learn how to use Xvantage and expand to the best, um, do it. It will really help.
Yeah.
We made sure that all of our team does it. I've been in a few of them, so take the time. It's really advantageous to do so.
Yeah, it's a very robust platform with the intention of giving you more time to spend with your customers and less time on the phone tracking down
Absolutely.
product and things like that. That's great. Now I want to switch to something else because I was reading about you and your company and you do a lot of work in the community. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Why is that so important to you?
Um, when I was young, my father was a part of AT&T, and T, and he was part of the leadership team.
Mhm.
And they went in and they fixed broken teams within
Mhm.
AT&T all over the world.
Mhm.
And he worked with a gentleman called Robert Greenleaf, who
Mhm.
started Servant
Mhm.
Leadership. And it's all about giving back and serving others and what that does for you as a human being, how important it is to give back. And so we started getting involved with foster care system, with homeless. Um, I do a lot of mentoring with ACP, which is with the military
Mhm.
as they're exiting out of, public sector and going
Sure.
back into the private life. Um, it's great for the business. It's great for team. We just did the 9/11 project where we put meals together at the stadium, and it was incredible. We met a lot of really great people. We spent time together, and we were giving back. Um, there's no other feeling. I,
I
yeah,
love that. I'm a firm believer in servant leadership.
yeah,
I also love the fact that you have rallied your entire company and team around a shared purpose, right? Because that creates your culture.
absolutely.
And so I really wanted to highlight that because I was so impressed. A lot of people just say, "Oh, well, we're giving money to this charity," but you do way more than that, right? It's hands-on, and
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing when you bring in your employees around that. So,
Thank you
Patty,
for saying so. I appreciate it.
oh, yes, of course, of course. This has been such a delightful conversation, and I love getting to know you. I'm sorry, I was looking for the woman in the pink halter and the green hat outside. I love your sense of humor because that's who I was looking for.
Sorry.
No, it's totally okay. One last question before we go. What are you looking forward to in the next couple of days here at Ingram Micro One?
Well, you've got a lot of great tracks going on. So if you haven't looked at the tracks and really, take some time to delve into those. It's the tracks. It's meeting on the floor.
Yeah.
We were on the floor last night. Actually, they were clicking the lights because they want us all out of here. But take the time. Go to each exhibit table, even if it's something that might be something that's coming up in the next 4 years that you think you might be getting into. Stop, make the connection, ask questions. They'll send you any information you want, but really take some time, especially here, to be on this floor.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the next couple of days, this whole experience, and I hope you'll come back one day and join us again on the show.
Absolutely. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like this episode and you want to continue the conversation online, use hashtag B2B Tech Talk.